Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hi, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica. My pronouns are she, her, and this is a reading vlog. I got my Cabinets of Curiosity sign from my last vlog hung up. If you haven't seen that vlog, there it is. So today is the fall equinox. It's the fall equinox. It is fall. My time has come, as has all of yours, because I know that like 90% of people here on BookTube absolutely love fall. So go us. And I absolutely love winter. So it's just, oh, it was a long summer and it was so hot. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it would be Thursday the 22nd, thus the fall equinox. And next week, I'm going to be traveling. I'm not going to say where, but I basically have 7 days to get my life together before I take this little weekend trip. So, will you hold me accountable? Can I hold myself accountable? No. So the goal is that during this vlog, I will get done several projects before leaving for this trip. You want to know what I'm reading? This is indeed a booktube channel. So right now I am reading Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows by Ryan Calejo. It is my book club's pick for September. If you are not a part of my book club, it's called the Middle Grade Appreciation Society, and you can join by joining the Discord. It's always linked in my description box down below. Anyway, this is about Mr. Charlie. Charlie is adorable. So anyway, Charlie's parents are missing and his house burns down. Awful. And he's staying with a foster parent, and something that I like, because I'm like 100 pages into this already, but something that I like about it is that the foster mom he's with, she's just the nicest. She's so nice. And like that's a big change from a lot of middle grades where like the foster family is awful. And like that's valid because there are foster families who are awful. But it's also nice to see a very nice foster family represented because she's just a sweetheart. So anyway, he goes to school one day and in the middle of class he grows horns. And then the horns go away and then he grows feathers. And so he's like, what the heck is happening? One of his classmates, Violet, notices this. And Violet is a little investigative journalist, and she's so precocious, and I just love her. And so Violet and Charlie are now going on this adventure to try to figure out why he's growing feathers and what happened to his parents, because he's pretty sure they're connected. And this focuses a lot on Latinx myths and folklore and legends. It's like the Latinx Tristan Strong, right? The Latinx Percy Jackson would be another way to think about it. And they're just going on this little adventure. And so far, I'm having a good time with it. I feel like this is it's just the perfect snack for a middle grade reader. The pacing is good. The characters are good. There's some spooky parts, some exciting parts, some funny parts. Like, it's got it all. I will say, as an adult reader, I don't find myself engaging at an emotional level with what's happening, but I'm not going to knock the book for it because it's very audience appropriate and I'm having a good time. So, this is what I'm currently reading. Now, let's talk about some of the things we have going on here. So this trip that I'm taking is a conference for work, if you're not aware. I work in higher education and academia, so I'm doing a presentation. I have to put the presentation together, so I have it started. It's just not finished. So that's a project I have to do this week. So that's one. I need to, I'm also getting some certifications in preparation for picking up my doctorate program again next year. So this year, I'm getting some certifications and prereqs out of the way. And then next fall, we'll pick up the doctorate. So I have to get homework done. I've got a project in one of my courses I need to just get wrapped up. I've got a paper to write in another one, and then a project in a third one. So there's 4 things: presentation, homework, homework, homework. The 5th thing, Doll and I entered our first horse show. So we are entering a showmanship competition. And it's a virtual one where you film yourself and send the video in. So we're training for this. So I'm doing my practice run on Sunday. My practice run video, we're recording it on Sunday, and I'll share that with you. And then the final video, we're taking that on Tuesday so that I can send it in to the judges. So that's the 5th big project we have going on. And then I have to take Cherry into the vet tomorrow to get another checkup. If you've been following the Cherry story, she got really sick in like February. It's my cat. She got really sick in February with a kidney infection, almost died. And since then, we've been doing almost weekly veterinary checkups to make sure she's staying on track and healthy. She's been healthy the past several appointments. And so we have our next checkup tomorrow morning. So that's number 6. We've got the Cherry checkup. And then I'm taking another trip in October at some point. So I have to get some stuff planned out for that. I need to hire a dog sitter for that trip. And I need to book my rental car, which hopefully those things won't take too terribly long. That is what I know of off the top of my head are like the big projects. Oh, book club. I need to get started on some things for the middle grade appreciation book club because I need to get the announcements going for the upcoming books for November, December, and some of the processes for the guest speakers and that kind of thing. So that's the 4th thing. And then I need to plan out my booktube content for October. That's 10 big things I gotta take care of this week. So we're making this vlog a little bit of a get your life together kind of vlog. And it's perfect that it's on the fall equinox because it's like fresh start, new goals kind of energy that we're just ushering in here. And hopefully I will get a good chunk of reading done along the way.
Elizabeth, this is Reading Riley, and today we're going to talk about all of the books that I read in August.
All right, so, oh my gosh, isn't she cute? That is the cutest freeze frame. Okay, so if you are not already familiar with Miss Elizabeth from Reading Riley, and you enjoy mystery thrillers, horror, and some romance, definitely give her a follow. Her channel is blowing up. And I've been an Elizabeth stan from the beginning. She's still fairly new-ish to BookTube, but she's fantastic. So that has been your public service announcement.
Wrap up. In August, I read 12 books, and I'm here to tell you my thoughts on all of them today.
Okay, your second PSA for the night is to follow Olivia Savannah at Olivia's Catastrophe, especially if you like classics, literary fiction, and middle grade. She is fantastic.
Down in the description box below, I will have content warnings for all of these books, so definitely check that out.
1 a.m. and checking in before I go to bed. I was able to get some stuff done this evening. So I taught my class, and then after that I booked my rental from my rental car for this upcoming trip. I contacted someone about dog sitting. I don't have it solidified yet, but I put in some effort trying to find that, and then made some decisions about book club, like which books we're going to do coming up, so I can start planning the announcement video and the guest presenters and stuff for those picks. I did some content planning for BookTube. I did some grading for my courses, paid some bills, finished my registration for this upcoming horse show. And then it is about 1 a.m. I did a little homework too, a little bit of homework. So it's 1 a.m. I am going to shower and get ready for bed and read some of Charlie Hernandez before I sleep.
Jerry, good morning. Good morning. Let's go get you checked up. Let's go take you to your checkup. Good morning, Jerry. Yeah.
The daily beer sign of coffee has been made. It's nice and foamy up at the top. And the crowds go wild. Ah, beer sign of coffee. Ah. Right, Pids? Pie. It is the next day. I went to bed around 2 a.m. last night, and then Cherry had her vet appointment at 9 this morning. And the appointment went fine. They just did an updated antibiotic shot for her. And then next week I take her back in, and she'll stay overnight to have a urine analysis. So got quite a bit done yesterday. I watched vlogs and stuff while I worked. Yesterday I finished a thriller that I was listening to on audiobook. It was Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough, and this was really good. Really good. The premise of this is we basically have an unreliable narrator because she's got really bad insomnia, and she's coming up on her 40th birthday and is super stressed out because her mother on her 40th birthday had a psychotic break. So Emma, the main character, is really worried that she's following in her mother's footsteps. She's going to have a psychotic break, and she's got these blackouts that happen, and people around her are kind of gaslighting her, but then she also wonders, okay, maybe they're actually right and I am kind of losing it. It was so good. Like, you just couldn't tell what was actually going on, and it made the twist so interesting, and it was so cool, kind of the way that all of it resolves. It resolves in a way I was not at all expecting, and I don't know, I just had such a good time with this book. It's an unreliable narrator, it's fast-paced, it's creepy. If you can listen to the audiobook of it, I highly recommend it, because the narrator makes certain parts of it even creepier than had I just been reading it with my eyes. So loved it, gave it 4 stars, yes. And then I am a little over halfway through Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows. And this, I think, is so good for its target audience. Like, I think middle graders would absolutely love this. I think they would just eat it up because it really reminds me a lot of Percy Jackson, the way it relies on the mythology and how fast-paced it is and how action-packed it is. And hopefully I'll be able to finish it this week. So I am a patron of Jan's Patreon, Jan at JanAgaton, and this weekend she's having a Patreon only 24-hour readathon. So I'm hoping that during our readathon I'll be able to finish this up and have more thoughts for you then. I'm just working on work stuff today, and then this evening I'll be at the barn helping with chores, and training for our horse show. After barn time, I'm going to do homework and get some reading done. Maybe watch like a spooky movie, and yeah, that is the plan. Hello, it is midnight 15, so 12:15 a.m. I didn't get any footage out at the barn. I did chores, then we trained for the show. I didn't get any footage. I'm sorry. Then I came home and ate dinner. I've been working on homework. But, oh goodness. I am going to get ready for bed now. So on my little checklist for the day, the dog sitter came through. They came through. So I can check that off my list. Cherry's appointment is checked off the list. What were the other things? I still have to do my work presentation. I still have to finish my grades for the week. But we got the dog sitter. We got the Cherry appointment. Oh, we got the book club planning done. And content planning started. So I've got 4 out of the 9 things either done or on the way to being done. I don't like this angle, but we're just gonna roll with it. All right, I'm gonna get ready for bed and read some of Charlie Hernandez before sleep. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. It's been a lot of late nights and early mornings. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. It is the next day, Saturday. I slept till noon. I went to bed at 3 a.m. just to be fully transparent. So I have like a sleep debt. But my hair looks kind of nice today. What is happening? I didn't finish Charlie Hernandez last night. I got through a good chunk though. Here, I'll show you. So the small section there is what I have left. I think I'll be able to finish it today because Little Jan's Patreon. Sorry, Little Jan is disrespectful. In my defense, she is short. But Jan's Patreon is doing, I think I mentioned this last night, 24-hour readathon for her patrons, which I am one. And so I'm trying to read. What I'm doing today is rotating between, I got a hair on my face, cat hair, rotating between getting my grades done, working on my presentation for work, and doing homework and reading. So it's like work, homework, read, work, homework, read. It is about 1:30 p.m. and I do have to go out to the barn at 4 and help with chores. I don't know if we're training tonight or not. I know that tomorrow is a big training day. So yeah, I'll probably be home from the barn at like 7. And Jan's doing Patreon sprints starting at 6. So I'll hop onto her sprints as soon as I get home. That's the plan for today. I will try to get some, sorry, there goes my Facebook Messenger. I will try to get some barn footage today. So I don't know what's going on. So I've been a part of this book club called Killing Time with Cozies for close to 2 years. The server for it went poof on my Discord. Who knows what happened? Probably Mercury retrograde tech glitch, right? So I am kind of feeling like reading cozies, and there was just this serendipitous announcement that came across my feed today. Lauren from Laurenlovereads is starting a cozy mystery book club called The Cozy Hollow. Isn't that just like the most cozy name for a book club ever? The Cozy Hollow. What? So I think until I can get the Killing Time with Cozies Discord server thing sorted out, because like if you want to be in that club, you've got to be in the server. That's where all of the events and stuff happen. So until that's sorted out, I'm going to join Lauren's club. It sounds so cute. So I'll leave a link to her announcement video in the description box below, because I think this vlog will be up in time for you to join for their October book, if that's something you want to do. They're doing every other month. So like they'll do October and then December and then February, so on and so forth. So yeah, check it out if you like cozies and you want to join a cozy mystery club. That's a new thing. That's where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and get to my grading. So I have streamlined my Discord a bit just to make it a little bit easier to navigate. I used to have quite a bit of the text channels, like sections for different genres and different kinds of conversations, yada, yada, yada. And that just made it really hard for me to keep up with everything and to like track and to be really active in my Discord, because there's just so much to like look at and go through. So I streamlined it. So we've got like the welcome page, which is where we can talk just about anything, the group rules. Bookish stuff is anything related to books, recommendations, current reads, books that you finish, yada, yada, yada. Home theater is where Discord members can share their booktube videos. The voice channels, just if we do sprints. And then we've got the sections for the Middle Grade Appreciation Society, which we've got the general club information, the next read voting. So if you want to vote on or make suggestions for books. And then there's a channel for each month for the book picks. And then the Blitz information, which, you know, nothing much has happened here and probably won't until next year. So next July, when we do the next round of the Blitz, I'll delete the 2022 stuff and just replace it with a new thread for next year's Blitz teams. So more streamlined. Come join us if you want to chat. You're all welcome at my table. No training today. Today is a rest day from training for the show. So I've just been doing some grooming and snuggling, and now some treats. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, she's got a mouthful. Darling. That hay is really good. It must have a lot of alfalfa in it, huh? Is that really good? Is that really good stuff? It must be, to turn down a treat. She loves these. These are just like apple and oat treats. She normally gobbles them right up, but she's feeling that hay tonight, y'all. I'll just put it in her bowl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to spook you. Good girl. She just picked the treat up out of her bowl and dropped it into her hay, and now she's looking around in her hay for it. You're so silly. Where'd your treat go? It's not in there. There's none in there. Oh, there's one. There's one. You got it. You got it, girl. What a silly baby. You're a silly baby. Ew, yeah, this is not the best angle in the world. You're in my kitchen. It's 7:45 p.m. on Tuesday evening, and I'm getting dinner started, cutting an onion, not committing a crime. So I'm getting dinner started, but I wanted to check in because we filmed that little clip you just saw was the show video, and I know it looks really kind of silly, like we're not really doing much at all, but the goal of it is, it's like if you were showing a horse at auction. It's supposed to show off your skills of demonstrating the best assets of your horse, basically. So the goal is like the movements are super precise and the horse looks good and you look good and professional, yada, yada, yada. So if you're not in the equestrian world, that probably looked really dumb and like boring and like, oh, who cares? But if you're in the equestrian world, like, you know, it's challenging to get your horse to square up. You know, like getting them to do the crossover front step is a challenge. And like, honestly, if I come in last place, I don't really care. Like, I'm just doing this not because I want to be any kind of a professional, but just because it's a fun way to spend time with my horse. And I'm fully expecting to come in last place, but only place to go from there is up though, right? So like, if you are an equestrian and you know how badly I'm sucking, you don't have to tell me. I know how badly I'm sucking already. I'm fully aware of my lack of skills. I've only been working with Dolly for a little under a year, and I've only been doing horse stuff for a year. So, like, I'm still very much a newbie at all of this, and I have very low expectations of myself and of my horse. Oh, this onion is strong. Holy. Whoo. Anyway, I wanted to pop in and update you on my reading because I did finish Charlie Hernandez, and it was cute. I feel the same way I felt throughout the whole book. And that was that, let me close these. That's probably not super attractive. Charlie Hernandez, it was cute. It was fast paced. It was fun. I think for someone age 11 to 13, they would gobble it up. They would absolutely love it. And it is a 3-star for me because it's kind of in the vein of like Percy Jackson and Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky. Kind of like that. Just very fast paced, great mythology, great adventure. But for me, it lacked some emotional connection, like with the characters and all of that. Like when stuff happened, it was a fun time, and certain parts made me laugh out loud and all of that. So it wasn't a bad book by any means. Like, this is a great book for middle graders, and I would highly recommend it for a middle grade reader, especially someone who likes that style of like fast-paced adventure. For me, it didn't quite land. Again, I'm not the target audience. But it just lacked a certain emotional depth for me to give it a higher rating than I did. But again, that's a me issue. It's not an issue with the book. It's not an issue with their writing. I mean, I thought it was a perfectly acceptable and great book for kids. Like, have your kids read it. They'll have a good time. Onions. I'm making a potato soup, if you're wondering. But, okay, I need to grab some potatoes. Oh, that onion was so strong. Time out, 20 seconds. Okay, I got some potatoes. I can't honestly remember the last time that I checked in and like where I was at with Charlie Hernandez. I think I was close to being done. It might have even been Friday, the night of Jan's Patreon reading sprints. It might have been a while, but since I finished it, because I finished that, I want to say I finished it on Saturday, and then I picked up and read the first book in Katie Roberts' Vampire Bloodline series, or Bloodline Vampire series, and it's just a short novella. It was like 150 pages, and I absolutely loved it. Oh my gosh, I gobbled it right on up. It was a fun ride. It was my first Katie Robert too, and I know she's the one who writes the Ice Planet Barbarian romance series, and everybody's like, oh, she's got the best smut, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I read this book. It's called Sacrifice, and I was like, she does have good smut. So the Bloodline Vampire, at least the first book in the series, is about, I can't remember the main heroine's name, but she is like a Dompier, similar to in Vampire Academy, where she's like half vampire and half human. And her vampire father sells her off basically to this high-ranking vampire because he wants the vampire to get her pregnant, so he can like grow his own vampire line, his own lineage or whatever. And so he sells his daughter to this vampire. I don't remember his name either, but she basically goes to live with him in like this gothic castle, and he turns out to be a lot more respectful than she was expecting, like a lot gentler with her than she was expecting, and he's like not gonna force her to do anything she doesn't want to do or anything like that. And of course, in this universe, a vampire bite is like the most erotic, sensual thing you can ever experience. So he does have to bite her because he's like starved. And then she ends up sort of developing feelings for him. Well, his friend and also sometimes lover stops by, another male vampire, and it's a reverse harem story. So he stops by, and then a third stops by, and like all of them agree that she's not just half human, half vampire, that she's some other creature of some sort. So we're like trying to figure out what is she, and tensions develop between the four of them, and smutty things happen between the four of them. And it's just a short little book, and I actually don't recommend it. I don't recommend it because it's just a short romp. There's not a lot of heft to it. There's not a lot of meat to it. There's not a lot of plot. A little bit of character development. A lot of smut. So, I mean, I ate it right up. Like, it was exactly what I wanted to read. I've been in the mood for a quick, fun vampire story. And this was that. And so anyway, I gobbled that up, which is the first book. Is called Sacrifice. So the book that I'm starting tonight, naturally, is book 2, which is called Heir. Oh, and the first book, no, that might be a spoiler, so I won't tell you that. Talking about series is always so hard because it's like when you get into the next book, it's hard not to spoil the one before it, you know, but that's what I'm going to start reading here tonight after I make the old potato soup for dinner. And I didn't get a lot of footage filmed this past few days because I haven't really done anything worth filming. I've just been trying to get ahead on a lot of stuff at work and doing homework, and trying to get, 3 to 4 days ahead of things so that when I go on this weekend trip, I don't have to worry about any of that and I can just enjoy my time. So that's where we're at. Hello, checking in just real quick here Wednesday night. I have made a little bit of progress on the Heir, and it's a lot like the first one. A whole lot of smut, not a lot else. In terms of the plot, they're just kind of on the run and figuring things out. So that's where I'm at with that. I've made really good progress on my to-do list though this week, because when I started the vlog, it was in part to hold me accountable to getting a lot of different projects done, and I have done that. So I've written my paper for one class. I have done my project for another class. I have worked on a project for another class. My presentation for this conference is just about done. I'm getting through grades, caught up on late work, getting ahead on grading so I can take the weekend off. I got the dog sitter scheduled. We got Cherry all taken care of at the vet tomorrow. I drop her off for her urine analysis. And what else do we do? We did the show, the horse show. My video is submitted for that. I got my booktube content planned for the month of October. I have a bunch of content planned for the Middle Grade Appreciation Society. So like, My to-do list is getting knocked out of the park. So that's my update for now. Tomorrow will be the last day of this vlog. So we'll see you then.